Okay.
Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate Our Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
This week we're talking about the episode Passion. I'm sure this is going to be just a happy episode with a title like that.
Passionate episode, for sure.
Learning about the meaning of the particular word and how it works with people and other things.
Or, the vampires, at least.
Yeah.
This episode originally aired February 24th, 1998, attracting 6.1 million viewers.
That doesn't surprise me, surprising enough.
Which is actually down from its height, but it's still fairly good for...
It's a decent number for that episode. It does not surprise me.
We open the episode with Angelus giving us a narration. Passion. It lies in all of us. Sleeping, waiting, and though unwanted, unbidden, it will stir, open its jaws and howl. It speaks to us, guides us. Passion rules us all, and we obey. What other choice do we have? This episode, because of the way Angelus once took revenge on Drusilla's family, Buffy fears a similar fate for her friends and her mother, Joyce. Joyce and Buffy hash out some difficult mother-daughter issues, but still Buffy does not tell her mother about the truth of the problem. Jenny Calendar hopes to redeem herself in the eyes of Buffy and Giles by attempting to translate the Gypsy Curse and restore Angelus's human soul. Unfortunately, Angelus is ahead of her, and the gang loses a member. A grief-stricken Giles takes off for revenge. So,
That's a summary.
what did you think of this episode?
Oh man, the emotions and all the stuff. That one particular chase scene was kind of like, okay, you honestly went a teensy bit long with a couple things that you did, but the point came across decent enough.
I didn't feel as much for Miss Calendar.
So, okay, what if I told you killing her wasn't the original plan?
What was the supposed thought?
Is that not the original plan then?
No, the original plan was for Oz to die in this episode.
He wasn't really a big part of this episode.
He wasn't in this episode.
Exactly.
He wasn't exactly... He was in the group, but he was kind of the newbie. And Willow probably would have been pretty sad, and within this episode, it's Willow, and she gets upset with those sorts of things. But aside from that, it'd be a blow, but I definitely don't think it would have been as big as a blow as with what they did instead.
Yeah, so they ended up not killing Oz because the character had become very popular, and they decided that the idea was they wanted to kill someone here for a couple of reasons.
Just to push the story forward and give it some emphasis.
So the major thing is to get over the fact that Angelus isn't just grouchy, he isn't just having a bad day, he is a villain. This isn't just snap your fingers and it'll be Angel again, and no, Angel is a bad guy. Buffy has to deal with him. The other more sarcastic reason, as Joss Whedon would put it, is it's a way to tell the actors, be good or I'll kill you.
Huh. Okay. Is that kind of a concern with on the show that was discussed, or?
Well, let's just say, if we go through the filmography of Joss Whedon, a lot of characters end up dead. Let's just say, don't get too attached to anybody outside of the core group.
Not even that one particular one?
Don't get attached to Oz. Don't get attached to... I don't know about Cordelia, but maybe she'll...
Okay, if their name isn't Buffy, Willow, or Xander...
Or Giles?
Buffy, Willow, or Xander...
Okay.
Oh dear.
You might have a concern.
Okay. I'm concerned.
You should be. So, what did you think of this episode?
It was really good. I thought it. Honestly, I mean, there needed to be something to drive the plot a bit forward more, I guess. And this was helpful. It kind of, sort of, it tied up a little bit of a loose end between Buffy and Miss Calendar. Sort of. They tried to make amends, and then, well, This happens.
Yeah. So the way that Angel kills Jenny,
Just neck snapper?
just snaps her neck. I kind of love that. Like, it's not this big drawn out thing. It's just, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess the other particular thing was the one sort of obvious track it could have gone is bite her. Just drain her, do it that way. There is the supposed thought that that would make her a vampire as well. Add that sort of additional thing like he did for the calling card with one of Buffy's friends from school. But now I think on the whole this sort of fits a bit better with this person is causing a problem and would cause an issue for me, and just take care of it instantly.
Yeah, so in the Buffy lore, in order to turn somebody into a vampire, as a vampire you have to suck their blood, and then they have to suck yours. It's not just you biting them. There's a whole lot of sucking that's involved.
Okay.
Damn you, mind.
We get to see Jonathan in this episode. He makes a brief appearance.
No, that's true.
It is very true. This entire episode basically just allows Angel to just be, or Angelus to just be super creepy. And he's fantastic at it.
Well, creepy, and his typical self with the couple of meetings with Drusilla and Spike.
And I love, like, the just leaving the drawings and stuff. Like, that's just so good.
Indeed.
Just
Here's
sort of
a drawing of you when you were sleeping, because I was in your room last night.
Yeah, it's just like, I can get to at any time.
Yeah.
And I can get to all of your friends at any time.
Also, that poor fishy. It is so sad.
So glad she didn't have a puppy this time.
That's so true. Also, that poor puppy with Drusilla.
When she tries to feed it to Spike. It's like, I will not have you feed me. It's so good. Okay. So we get a scene where Joyce finds out about Buffy and Angel's relationship.
Oh, yeah. Specifically from Angelus? From all that stuff?
Yeah, and then they have their talk in Buffy's room, which is really fantastic.
No.
And it ends on a really good joke.
Yeah, that's true.
So how did the talk go? Oh, I'm not sure. This is my first time. And then cut right to Giles' apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we cut to Giles' apartment, Giles finds a single rose outside of his door, picks it up, sniffs it, smiles. Walks in and hears music playing, sees a bottle of wine cooling in a bucket of ice, and a note that says upstairs. Giles grabs 2 wine glasses, walks up the stairs, only to find Jenny Calendar dead.
There's this bunch of, like, roses and candles lining up the stairs, basically.
It's fucked.
Yeah, it is.
It's fantastically fucked.
When I first saw it, my first sort of thought was, "Aw, this is going to be a loving, tender moment." It was the instant I saw that letter where I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, because it's the same paper.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't really think it's going to be a loving, tender moment because you already know her neck snapped. Right?
Yeah, so true, but just with Giles sort of experiencing it.
Oh,
from
yeah.
that, but still.
You'll think that it is, but...
Just,
the viewer knows that's not going to be the case.
I think the biggest thing for me was just the music kind of emphasizing everything from that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And then, of course, the very typical response of a person going through that situation. It was definitely good to see, but it was just like, Giles, no, please.
Yeah, so Giles basically decides he's going to kill some people. More specific, well, he's going to kill some vampires.
Yeah, that's kind of the most stupid thing to do.
Well, he does have a bunch of weapons.
Sure. However, he's not the Slayer, is the problem.
There's a chance he could have got a lucky shot, but it also isn't jealous, and that's not really good odds.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. So Giles goes off on a revenge mission to kill Angelus, and he does get a couple of shots in.
Mostly because Angelus kind of allows him, I'm pretty sure.
Well, and because he does surprise him.
It's for the start, but I think just after that, it's like, oh, what are you going to do? Smack, smack, smack. Oh, okay. My turn. Ugh.
Yeah, and then Buffy comes to save Giles, and this fight scene is so much better than anything that was in Season 1.
That's true.
It's like they go on all these different levels, and it's really cool.
I question why those boxes were specifically stacked like that within the stage setup of sort of things, but it's like, well, she had to get up there somehow, and I'm guessing they didn't have a ladder set that led up there.
Yeah, when Giles and Buffy go outside, and Giles is like, why did you come? This isn't your fight. And then Buffy, like, punches him in the jaw.
Yeah.
How does Giles still have a jaw?
I don't know. She's a Slayer. That should have been...
Like, shouldn't his jaw just basically be dust?
Yeah, maybe.
Nah,
I'd be afraid that Buffy's punch could decapitate him.
At the very least, he should have a broken jaw.
Maybe she held back a little.
Yeah.
But still, like... Either way, they have a great scene in the alley where Buffy, like, punches Giles and he goes down, and then she's like, you can't leave me. It's really, really good. So, did you have anything else you wanted to mention about this episode?
There was that floppy disk that fell between the...
Yes, about the spell to give back Angel his soul.
Yeah.
The little bit of everything where I figured that was pretty much destroyed, since I thought she kept it on her person, so Angel probably would have disposed of it in that sort of sense, with the computer destroyed, everything printout destroyed. But after the end scene, when we see it still sort of exists, I question if it's going to be eggs or if it's going to be coming back for some reason. Of course, with how I know everything, it's probably going to come back, but now the question is, how long are they going to keep that little disc hidden?
Well, we don't have a whole lot of time until the end of the season. This is episode 18, and there's only 22 episodes in the season.
Well, then it's a question of if it's something they're going to use for this season, or if they're going to save it for next season. I suppose. I'm not sure if you mentioned with Angelus how much of a villain it's going to be within this season.
He is the villain for the season.
Okay.
It's just something that just crossed my mind. Like, there's the floppy hidden between the desks, I guess. They may or may not find it. They may find it. I don't know. I mean,
sure, they'll find it, but it'll be a question of who's going to be smart enough to actually look on it to see what's on it.
The screen basically...
Yeah, it almost would be helpful if
it.
they had a witch or something, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, that might come in handy.
It might. I mean, there is a witch in the school who basically allowed Xander to have his way. Well, sort of. Not really. But I'm pretty sure he might be meaning something else. So.
Yeah, it's almost like it would be really helpful if they had a witch in the Scooby Gang.
Who? Like...
Who could that possibly end up being?
Xander!
Yeah, it's Xander. Yeah, Xander is going to turn into a lesbian witch.
Wouldn't that be a warlock?
Anyway. Oh, at the end of the episode, Will becomes the new computer science, teacher.
Until the
Supposedly,
new teacher comes in.
Looks like that.
I am 150% sure that would never happen.
Yeah, probably not. They'd probably get a subby.
Yeah, but it has to be done for a reason.
Nah, true. So true.
So, overall, what did you guys think of this episode?
Well, in whole, episode was good. Oh man, all the things that happened though. Just, it pushes things to the conclusion of Angelus needs to be dealt with. No more being concerned about your feelings for Angel there, Buffy. You got job to do. Yeah,
and she says that, in this episode, I'm ready to deal with him now.
Yay, emotional development for the things.
It's another one of those episodes where I don't exactly have any problems with at all, and I give it a 10.
Yeah. This is probably one of the best episodes of Season 2.
Yeah. I can see why.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal episode. It's also one of the more difficult episodes to get through.
Difficult? Not really. I mean, unless you had some attachment to Miss Calendar.
I see. My thing was never about being attached to
the actual character.
It was all about Giles' reaction.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah.
I see it more from that point.
Yeah, the build up to that whole scene was just, you know what's coming.
Yeah. So, do either of you have any questions for me after what's happened on this?
No, I think I asked most of what I would want.
No, I think the only one particular thing I have in mind is supposed thing within the episode they might supposedly need, and if we've seen it before or not.
What?
Well, the orb thing that they were going to use until it got smashed. But
So
supposedly more of those exist.
Yes.
Not so much within the store, but other people have them in those sorts of cases. But whether it's going to be that sort of front or if they're going to find another option.
So, I'm pretty sure we've seen them, but we've never had them named before. Anytime that you see the gypsies doing the curse to curse Angelus, they're using one of those orbs. But yes, there will be... they will come back. That orb will come back later.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not the one that was smashed, but...
No, obviously not.
I guess I do have another question now.
Okay.
Do the orbs have another purpose? Like, can they do other things other than just curse, things?
Now, from what the shopkeeper said, he just might have given some away as knickknacks.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so obviously they can be used as just like a paperweight if you really want to.
Paperweight or cursing vampires?
Well,
I'm not 100% sure on this, but my understanding has been that they can be used in any curse involving the soul.
Okay, gotcha.
No, that was kind of my understanding of it. It's like, they got the soul of the person from what Angelus sort of reiterated from the incident. And it's like, oh, okay, it's a soul thing.
So, okay. That makes sense.
Okay, so let's move on to music. Obviously, we have the original score. And there's actually a specific track here in the score called Remembering Jenny, which a artist more currently, I think it's Ed Sheeran. Sharon, I don't know how you pronounce his last name.
I think it's Sharon.
Sampled it in one of his songs. Because he's a big fan of Buffy. There is the opera that plays when Giles finds Jenny's body. And there's another song, Morcheeba. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Morcheeba. The song's called Never an Easy Way. And that's playing as Angel spies on Buffy and everybody else at the Bronze. So, for international titles, there's some boring ones, like in Spanish, it's just Passion, or in Portuguese, it's Old Passion. In German, Greetings from the Afterlife.
Interesting take on it.
In Finnish, Ghost of Passion. And in French, The Orb of Thessaly.
Okay.
I don't know why they titled it for that in French. Like, that's such a small part of the episode.
No, they don't want to focus on the passion part on the episode. It's obviously about the orb.
It's like, oh no, shit's gonna
the
go
orb
down.
that
There's an orb thing.
Do anything this episode.
There's an orb thing within it. It's something's gonna be important with it, and then like, yay, they found the orb
almost
thing,
like
and then it got smashed.
It's almost like it's purposefully misleading.
I guess, but it's not like a fun misleading. Like some of them are.
Yeah, I know.
This is also the first time that Willow mentions watching the the Charlie Brown Christmas with Xander every year, and Xander doing the Snoopy dance.
Oh, was it Xander doing the Snoopy dance?
Yes.
I thought you just liked that from the movie.
No, Xander does the Snoopy dance, and we will see Xander do the Snoopy dance.
Oh boy. Great.
Oh, that's Xander.
Yes. It's great. This is also the first time that we see them use a spell to be able to reinstitute the boundaries that a vampire can't enter.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I mean, right after they barely got Buffy's mother in the door.
Yes. So, do you have any last-minute thoughts to add?
I'm so sad for that poor puppy.
You know what?
Well, we never saw it get eaten.
Maybe
It's most likely dead.
It's dead.
Oh.
The question is, what the heck did Joshua do to it? But I know trying to answer that question will only lead to very dark, dark places.
They'll eat a small puppy too. As a snack.
Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this week. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.